Morning, good morning, good morning. I'm praying that you guys are up and ready to go. I know for my educators, it's like, Katrina, it is summertime. It is, but you know what? Every day that we wake up is his day. So good morning, good morning, good morning. I say thank you and I say good morning to you wherever you might be, wherever you are. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Lynn. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. I'm excited this morning. Whew, fired up because God is so amazing. Oh my goodness. Just finished praying this morning, had a fantastic prayer call this morning. It was amazing. It was everything that we needed. You know, sometimes we feel like we know what we need, but God really knows what we need. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to ask you to do me a very big favor. It's a big favor. And I know you might be like, oh my God, what is she asking me to do this morning? Just click like and share. That's all. Just click like and share. See, y'all are all nervous and afraid. Like, what is she going to ask us? Just like and share for me. That's it. Good morning, Nora. Good morning, love. Guys, I am excited this morning. I was up already. Hi, Michelle. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Nice to have you on this morning. I appreciate everybody who is jumping on. Go ahead, do us a favor, like and share, like and share. Hey, Christina, thank you so much. This morning, I had an opportunity to pray over businesses and finances, and it felt so good. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Princess. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Pamela. Hey, Sabrina. Thank you guys for tuning in and jumping on. I need you to do me a favor as you jump on, like and share. Just go ahead, like and share for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this morning, my topic is all she had. And I know you probably like, who? Oh, who had? Trina, what you talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is I'm looking, and this morning my meditation was in the book of Mark, chapter 12, verses 41 through 44. A scripture of text that many of you are very familiar with, I'm certain. It talks about the widow and the mite. Now, of course, Jesus is there and he's sitting and he's watching people. You know, they say he's at the treasury. Good morning, Avril. And people are coming in and he's watching how they are giving. Not what they're giving, but how they are giving. Good morning, Pastor Jerry. So Jesus is sitting there at the treasury and he's watching how the Jews they're coming in and they're putting their money in, but he's not watching how much, he's watching how they are giving. And people understand, people are coming. Hey, Rotunda, good morning, good morning. People are coming in and now they're dropping their money. Just like, you know, it made me think about yesterday. I went to Faith Walk Ministries over in Riverdale, Georgia, because the sister needed to go to physical church. So Dr. K was in the house yesterday, and Bishop D.P. Collins is the bishop over there, and she's the founding pastor, a phenomenal job. And it took me back home because when I grew up in Second Baptist in Richmond Heights, Florida, we would, when it's time for offering, we would walk. So, you know, the outside, I was an usher. So they would walk first. Everybody would walk around and drop their money in the bucket. And it gave me that sense of nostalgia. I'm like, oh my God, we, you know, walk around and put our money in. So, you know, the Lord isn't so much looking at how much we're giving, because understand at this time when the widow came to give her offering, people were giving lots. They were giving out of their abundance. So it was like, okay, you know, think about it. If you're a person who is well off, you're like, okay, I can write this check and it won't even bother me. I can do that. It's no big deal. Okay, yeah, I can get my 10%, or I can do this, or I can even, yeah, I can contribute to that. But Jesus is sitting and he's like, he's not looking at the check. He's looking at the size of the heart. He's looking at how the person is really giving. So all those people, all that wealth, all that money just dropping, just going. And this morning I said, Dr. K, what kind of giver are you? And I said, I got to ask people, what kind of giver are you? Are you a cheerful giver? Are you that person that 2 Corinthians 9:7, where it says God loves a cheerful giver? Or are you a begrudgingly giver? And I ain't just talking about money. But I'm saying, so he's there and he called the disciples over after this lady, a widow who came and she threw in 2 mites. Now, y'all know I had to go and do a little bit of research because I'm like, okay, how much is a mite worth? Because Jesus was all up. He was excited about that thing. Like it was a huge deal. And when I looked it up, it said a mite was worth, as we look today, it was worth 1/8 of a penny. 1/8. Good morning, Rutho. Good morning, Michonne, of a whole cent. She gave 2 mites. Now I know y'all probably saying, well, I put money in the church all the time. I do this all the time. It wasn't about it. I mean, it was about the whole act. It was the way she gave. She came, she threw her 2 mites. Jesus said, stop the press. He called the disciples over and said, hey, truly I tell you, this poor widow has put in much more into the treasury than everybody. And they're looking like, what? She put in 2 mites. It's like, so it's nothing. What are you talking about? He says they gave out of wealth, but she gave out of poverty, and she put everything on the table. She gave it all. So again, he's not looking at what we're giving, but he looks at what too, but he's looking more so at how are we giving? How are we using the resources? How are we giving our time? How are we giving our effort? How are we giving our energies? And to what are we giving it? Again, many of them gave out of abundance, but it made me wonder about her. I'm like, what was she gave it all, Ruth, though, everything. She gave it all. And I asked myself some questions. I'm like, was she just being a faithful Jew? Was she just doing what she knew she had to do? Or did she come to the realization that no matter what her life circumstances were, no matter what it looked like to everybody else, she was richly blessed in God, no matter what. So she gave completely and totally to him. And I was like, you know what? As I thought about that thing, it made me think about a song, and y'all know I can't sing, but I was thinking, fully committed, all that I am and all that I hope to be, all of my desires and all of my ability. Are we fully committed to his will and to his way? Will we give it all? Will we give everything? Because understand, Jesus, God, our Father, our Savior, he is not concerned with the big accounts. He was concerned with the one lost coin. He is not concerned with the great flocks. He's going to come after the one lost sheep. He's not concerned about people in position of power. He's more concerned about the person that would go and help a stranger, the person that would wash somebody else's feet. He was more excited about the person that puts more value on their faith than their possessions. So who is that? Is that you? Will you truly surrender yourself? Will you truly use your time, your effort, and your resources the right way? Or are you holding on to your possessions? Are you trying to keep it? Are you trying to, girl, you better say it. Are you trying to just hold on to everything, or will you give with your whole heart? And it made me just kind of reflect on yesterday. Like I said, I went to Faith Walk over in Riverdale, Georgia, where Bishop Collins presides, and her topic yesterday for the message was, it had to be this way. I promise you, right then and there, I shouted from the time she started all the way through, because I'm like, it had to be this way. And I'm thinking about this widow, and she's giving her last, and God is like, it had to be that way. She had to go through everything she went through because I needed to make sure her heart was right. And in yesterday's message, Bishop Collins said it was 3 things why it had to be that way. 1, fulfillment of prophecy. 2, fulfillment of purpose. And 3, fulfillment of God's plan. So today I want to ask you guys, are you walking in complete obedience and submission? Are you willing to give? Are you willing to completely surrender? Are you sitting and you're wondering, well, I'm 46 years old, full disclosure, and I look back over my life and I was like, man, I've been through some stuff. And yesterday I got that confirming word. It had to be this way. everything that I went through, the good, the bad, the indifferent, the stuff that didn't feel good, and everything that I even continue to go through, it had to be this way, because God has to make sure. Some of us are sitting and we're like, well, I know I'm supposed to open up this business. I know I'm supposed to start this ministry. I know I'm supposed to do this, but I don't understand. My right now is not matching up to what God said I'm going to have. And then I was sitting this morning, I was like, well, just like the widow, yeah, your right now might not match what your end result is going to be, but what are you doing with your right now? Are you being obedient with your right now? Are you the cheerful giver of your time and your resources? Some of us want larger homes. Are you taking care of the home that you're in? Are you doing what you need to do? Are you making sure that your windows are clean, your floors are clean? Are you keeping it up? Are you making it tidy? Or are you a person when somebody walks in and say, well, you know, it ain't much, but this all I have? Are you downplaying what he's giving you? Because he said you got to treat the small just like it's the big, because I need to know that you're going to take care of it when I give it to you. And some of us are worried about our money, and it's like, well, I don't know. I don't have the money that I'm supposed to have. And God is saying, but you got this little bit and you ain't doing what you need to do with the little bit. When you show me you're faithful with the little bit, I can give you more. When you show me that you can pay your bills, that you can invest wisely, that you won't just go out and spend and just throw money away frivolously. When you show me that I can walk in your closet and I won't see tags just hanging and you're continuing to buy stuff. When you can show me that you're able to give, as much as you're able to take in, then I can give you a little more. When you show me that it's not about you and it's about him, then he can give us a little more. What are we doing when you say, well, God, I need you to help me with this. And he said, well, I needed you to help your sister, your brother. You saw them struggling. They had a business that you could pour into. You can do some things for them, but you want me to extend grace and mercy to you, but you're not willing to do it to your brother and sister. And for some of us, that's our familial, our blood brother and sister. Some of us are willing to go out and help people outside of our family before we help somebody in our family, and we have the means to do so. Why is that? God is saying, I'm calling you. I'm looking at your heart and how you're giving, how you're doing. Why are you thinking I'm going to continue to bless you with abundance if you can't be faithful right where you are? You can't have the platform if you can't do it behind closed doors. If you can't take care and be faithful over this little bit, I'm not gonna. He's like, Trina, it's not going to happen. I'm like, okay, Lord, I hear you. So we have to do it in excellence. We have to get the little bit in order. And I see this every time I walk into someone's home, no matter how small, no matter how tiny, no matter how whatever. And I walk in and I see things in order. It says a lot about how they live their life. It says a lot about how they take care of what they have. Not that they love it more than they love God, but they have said, you know what, this is what God has given me for right now. So I'm going to take care of it for right now. And I thought about that woman. She gave all that she had right in that moment. She didn't think about it. She didn't, some of us, we put it in the envelope and we say, Lord, you know what I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this money. I'm gonna put it in. We put it in with a contingency. We got all kind of addendums and exhibits and all of that stuff attached to our giving, to our resources, to our stuff. And God is like, no. You ain't no if then but. No, you're either going to have complete surrender and give the way that I have called for you to give, or you're not. This ain't no real estate contract. He said he don't need no addendums and exhibits. Submit, fully surrender. Family, I promise you, I said this morning I wasn't going to be long, and I'm not going to be long, but we have to ask ourselves, are we giving all that we have? Are we doing it in complete and total surrender? Are we? Not just your money, your time. Are you pouring into others? Are you and doing it in a way where you don't make people feel bad? Are you showing up, all of you, not partial, and not just for the stuff that's what you want, to help somebody else? Is it just about you and your needs and your desires? Because when we live that life, God, he has a funny way of reeling us back in. So don't ask like, oh, well, I don't know. They didn't never do nothing for me. God said, guess what? You ain't do all that I asked you to do either, but I still show up every morning with fresh grace and mercy for you. So why can't you? Family, it's time for us to move in a different way. Yes, we got to give Pastor Butler expecting nothing in return. Absolutely nothing. Stop saying, I had to check myself. And after having a real conversation with God, I'm like, you know what, Lord, I get it. And he was like, yeah, it's simple. It's rate of return on investment. And I was expecting a return. He was like, no, don't expect anything. I got you. Just do what you need to do. Be who I've called you to be, and I got you in the end. So don't worry about what they're going to do. Don't worry about how they're going to move. Just give it all to him and do it lovingly, caringly. Be the best steward you can be over every aspect of what he's giving you, and watch how he works. You don't have to put a extra addendum to it. You don't have to do all of that. He'll come through. I promise you. I've seen him do it over and over again. Family, I love you. I thank you for tuning in with Dr. K on Motivation Monday. On Wednesday, I am going to have a beautiful soul in, because it's Wisdom Wednesday, y'all. We're about to talk about some money, some finances, like what this thing look like. You see how God just segued that? I didn't even remember or realize. Yes. So make sure you tune in, tell your friends, hey, we got to do some things in a different way. We got to be responsible with what we have. So let's tune in on Wednesday as my sister is on with me, and I'll post it today. I'm not going to even say her name. So I love y'all. God bless y'all. And I look forward to seeing you on Wisdom Wednesday. And do us a favor. If you just logged on, go ahead and like and share, and make sure that you tell somebody else about what goes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Dr. K. She is here to do what? Engage, encourage, and empower. Freedom by design. We don't design the freedom. He designs our freedom for us. God bless you guys. I love you, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.